Welcome to this interview, Arm Wrestling fans. Today we have a very special guest. He is working really hard for past couple of years in the arm wrestling community. A very important, very hardworking, and very talented person, Paul Italia. How are you doing, brother?
What's up, Pradeep? How you doing, bro?
I'm always fine, enjoying my leave. Taken 1 month leave off work, and I'm enjoying it. Probably you can tell it by the beard.
Well, you definitely deserve it, my man. You put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
I just want to say, bro, it's an honor to be on your channel.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I would like to know your story a little bit. We know Paul Italia in the last couple of years, but who was Paul before that? What was your background?
Uh, I'm a man of many different things. Before this, I was big time into bodybuilding and fitness. I was a fitness model. I used to live in Miami, South Beach. My whole life was just around training all the time. And, I was really out there in the fitness world.
Yeah, and you look like your image on the internet is you look like a really really rich person with a lot of money. What is your work like? What are the businesses that you're running?
Well, actually, I have three businesses right now. I got the antiques and collectibles. I also do the arm wrestling, which I just started my own company, Italia Arm Wrestling Promotions. And I'm also in the marijuana business.
Right. And how did you got interested into arm wrestling? What was the first kick to get all of this started?
Well, it all comes back to where I moved to. I moved to North Cal for the marijuana business. And the town that I moved in there was Petaluma. And that happens to be the mecca of arm wrestling, where it all began. So, of course, I'm in the gym all the time, training twice a day. Like I said, I was a big fitness model and all that. So, being there all the time and just going into beast mode, I had these two people approach me and they were like, we see you training. You're a beast. You should come down to our practices on Sunday. We arm wrestle. So, of course, like everybody else, arm wrestling, that's actually a sport. It's actually a thing. So, I went over there. I had one of my friends in from New York. I was like, you know what? We have nothing else to do. Let's go over there Sunday and go check it out. Well, I went over there, started arm wrestling with this couple and all. Fell in love with it. I was hooked right away. Well, I went home and I googled up their names, and it turns out they're famous arm wrestlers. It was Eric Raffel and Nancy Locke. So
Yeah.
that alone was amazing to me. But I also got to say, the first time I was on the table, I was on there with Luke Kent, which back then I had no idea who he was or anything. But now after I started Googling everybody's name, I'm like, oh my God, I'm around some like real celebrities in this. So it caught my interest. And I just loved arm wrestling from the beginning.
Yeah.
But I got to say, from the beginning, I was coming as an arm wrestler. I wanted to be the next John Brzezinski. I just got obsessed. That's all I wanted to do. I started training for it and just going crazy. And I think I went too fast. I do everything extreme. And, training 2, 3 times a day, being on the table all the time. 6 months in, I ended up popping my bicep tendon on my right arm. So I had to go get the surgery and all. And of course, when I got the surgery, I got a lot of muscle in my forearm. Well, the doctor hit my nerve and, my hand, nothing worked, whatever. So it put me out for 6 months. So during that 6 months, I was kind of going out of my mind. Somebody that lives in the gym 2, 3 times a day, it was taken away from me. So what I started doing, instead of just sitting around and going out of my mind, I was like, I love this sport. I want to help grow it. So I started contacting all the top elites and just introducing myself and telling them my story and, how I loved it. And I just wanted to promote it. And the first guy that I really teamed up with was Travis Bajent. And Travis just kind of like, he schooled me, man. He showed me all like how to throw tournaments and I was helping promote all of his events. And he loved it, man. He couldn't believe like how I was so quick to like, get into this and just love it so much. But I was really good at promoting. I have a big background in promoting. I, promoted myself as a fitness model. I was also in the concert business. So it just worked out right. And from right away, it just took off. And
Right.
before you know it, I'm throwing events all over the country, and I just got obsessed with that.
Yeah.
So we fast forward another year, and this is what's crazy is when I first popped this right arm, it was on August 26th. Well, 1 year to the date, happened to be in Petaluma. I threw the Monster Michael Todd seminar. I flew Michael out and everything. We're having the seminar. Well, we had like a little after pull going on. I get on the table again. I had a few drinks that day. I didn't drink water or anything. And I go with my left and pop, there it goes again. And I knew right away it was the same feeling that I felt 1 year before. I couldn't believe it, the exact same day. So now come August 26th, I'm not coming out of my house. I'm locking myself in and I ain't taking no chances no more.
Yeah. That was a great story, and you mentioned a couple of things which made me believe and made many others believe that you are a really important figure in the arm wrestling community. And I would say your start was a little bit different, maybe because you already had a kind of a fitness and strength background. You first got onto the table and then got excited in the game. Whereas many, I would say at least 90% people, we first watch the Devons and Johns and Levans of the game, and then we get excited, and then after that we try to get on the table. Different story, but all it matters, man. You need to get excited in the sport anyway it comes. So you mentioned Pentaluma in this video as well, in this just a couple of minutes ago, and I've heard you say that many times. You were saying this for more than a year. I think you have a dream. You want to educate people about the history of arm wrestling, how it started from there in California. So please tell us something more about that.
All right. So what I wanted to do first is I just wanted to get my name out there in the arm wrestling community. So like I said, I teamed up with Travis, went around the country, thrown events everywhere. Got my name. Everybody knows me now. Everybody all over the world and all. So now I have the spotlight on me. So I live in Petaluma, California. So I'm like, yo, I got to start doing something here. There's so much history here. There hasn't been anything since the year 2000 was the last World Wrestling Championships there. So for 20 some years, it's just been dead. So, I'm living here. It's time to bring the spotlight back. So 2023, it's going down. We're going to do March. I'm shopping a couple of the venues, which, I'm going to connect this all back to the past history. There's a couple of venues that are still in town. I'm in touch with them. Actually just went on the local radio and just announced that I'm going to be doing these big, great events in Petaluma. And the plan is to bring all these international athletes from all over the world and to bring them back there. And what my main goal is just educate everybody. What went down in this town? How did arm wrestling come here? And we still got a lot of the guys locally. They're still here. We got Dave DeVoto. Dave DeVoto was the guy that actually started World Wrist Wrestling. He's 91 years old. And, I'm in contact with him. I met up with him a couple of times. We meet at the Petaluma statue and, walking around the town with Dave and hearing the history firsthand. It just kind of gives me the chills. Just, oh, my God, I have such a blessing to be around this man. So, I want to put a spotlight on him. I want to show what he did. We got Jim Dolcini, who's one of the big world champions of the 70s. We got Eric Leffel. So, what I want to do is I'm going to throw this big event come March 2023, get all the new guys here, but I'm also going to spotlight all the old guys of our sport, all the history, the guys that were there from the very beginning, because they deserve this recognition. There wasn't big social media around when they were around. Yeah. And now that's going to be my part, man, is to put the spotlight on them. I'm going to throw huge tournaments. I'm going to do big production. I'm in touch with a production company and all. And I want to do something special, and I'm thinking about maybe 2-3 events a year. And then we're going to start it every year. We're going to do this annually. So Petaluma is coming back on the map, everybody. And I encourage you guys, go look up the history. Go over to Arm Wrestling Archives, that group by Eric Rosen. He really, he shows all the history and all. Go educate yourself. It's so just interesting and all. So that's my goal for 2023 is to bring it back in Petaluma. And Dave, I would love to have you come out, brother. You are such a big part of our community, bro. You're the guy that brings us news. There's nobody else that does that. So, I want you to come there too, bro, and be part of this great event that I'm going to be doing.
Thank you, brother. I'll definitely try. And I can only imagine how happy those legends who started those things must be, because they may be getting the recognition, the fame that they deserved, but unfortunately there was no media coverage, no fame, no recognition when they were doing that. So now they see that their work is getting realized and appreciated decades after, decades later, so they might be feeling really happy as well. And guys, Paul mentioned Eric's website, the Arm Wrestling Archives, that will be mentioned in the comments. Paul Italia's channel will also be there in the description as well. Please subscribe to him as well. And East versus West, we are going to definitely talk about at least a couple of matches. Jerry's match and Chan Shaw's match. We know everyone gets excited about those two matches. And let's start further. And I apologize, brother, if I'm missing anything, but I wanted to know more about your name, Paul Italia. Where is this Italia coming from? Because it resembles with Italy, and I have not heard that surname before.
So I got that nickname when I was living in South Beach, Miami. I was actually the first guy to have is this car. It was called the Ferrari 458 Italia, and everybody was on this waiting list like 5-6 years to get this car and all. Well, I happened to be the first guy on the East Coast to get that car, so I came like kind of famous in Miami from it. Everybody seen me driving around, and it just stuck. They just started calling me Paul Italia. So I took that name and I made it my fitness model name. You know, that was like, you know, the big draw and all, and it just took off. You know, and I mean, it fits me, bro. I'm real Italian. I got that, you know, the Italian style and fashion and all. So it just stuck, you know, and that became my nickname.
That's a great story. I wasn't aware of that. So before we start talking about East versus West and your experience while meeting those legends and being in the same room with so many world champion arm wrestlers, I wanted to touch on two topics before that. First of all, when you got on Devon Lett's channel, I watched that interview, of course. It was about 13 months ago, I guess. And how was that experience for you? Because even before that, we kind of heard your name outside of United States. I'm talking about, we heard your name, but we were not really aware of who Paul Italia is, what his plans are. But that interview was really good, I think, to give you a little bit boost that you needed in the community outside of United States. Of course, many people, almost everyone knew in the United States before that. And I had a similar experience. I also got invited by Devon on his channel. That gave me a real good boost as well. So please tell us something about that experience, being interviewed by Devon himself.
Oh my God. I mean, what's not to say, man? Just to be associated with that man. That man is special. You know, he is the man. He is our ambassador. That is the GOAT for being the ambassador of our sport. And just to get on his channel was just an amazing experience. But, you know, me and Devin were in touch. You know, we would always talk all the time. And, you know, so we had a lot of the same things in common. You know, he was telling me when he was growing up, he was always intrigued by like Arnold Schwarzenegger and bodybuilding and all. So, I mean, I was a very good friend of Devin. And then, you know, one day he just hit me up and he's like, yo, he's like, you're doing a lot of great things in the United States and all. I'd love to have you on my channel. I'm like, oh my God, yeah. It's like having God hit you up and be like, yo, come here. And it, you know, I took that, and from there, things just started exploding. You know, everybody then wanted to connect with me, and it just started the ball rolling even bigger than it already was.
Yeah, I can feel what you're trying to say here, because I felt the exact same experience when Devon invited me. And let's come back to your YouTube channel and your style of interviewing people. I am a big fan of it. I was always mentioning when you started those podcasts, those interviews, I was mentioning Ryan Bowen, I was mentioning other guys, maybe Artem as well, a few others, that man, please check out Paul Italia's interviews. That guy is amazing. I really like that. And I took notes from you, and I really try to incorporate some things into my own interviews. But I have those are the good things. Now something negative. I do not like some things that you are doing on your channel now, and I'll mention what are those things. You're posting way too many videos, bro. Like, you record one interview and you record another interview. Those kind of gets mixed up. Like, we have 4, 5, 6 different interviews, clips from 6 different interviews going on continuously, uploading on your channel. So it kind of gets like a little bit crazy watching your channel, and you upload daily. My responsibility, I have to watch everything, and I like get confused, man, what is Paul doing? So my advice would be, get rid of, not completely, but get rid of the one interview, all the clips first, then move on to the second. Then the channel will be much more clearer, and the longer the videos you can post, the better it is for me. Please do not change many things based off my advice, because I am someone who has the patience to sit through 10 1 hour podcasts in a day. I can watch 10
Yeah.
podcasts 1 hour in a day, but not many people have the patience for that. Many people like that short format. But for some people like me who want to watch the full interview, it is kind of getting messy because you're confusing. Maybe I'm getting confused with so many different interviews at a time.
So this is my thing with that. I wanted to do something a little different, you know. I understand what you're saying, you know, you want the full videos, but that's kind of like what everybody's doing out there. And, you know, I kind of like, I lose attention quick, man. You know, and I know there's a lot of people out there that don't want to just sit down for an hour, you know.
Yeah.
We got like 10 minutes, you know, you want to just get what you get out of that 10 minutes. So that's kind of where I was attacking at first. And, you know, this is all a trial and error for me. I never did anything like this with the interviews. So
Yeah.
every interview I do, I'm learning, I'm growing, you know, and I'm just trying to take pointers from everybody else. But I just wanted to do something a little different. And, you know, I have a lot of people that come up to me and they're like, yo, I love how you do that with the quick clips, because not everybody's got the time just to sit there for
Yeah.
an hour. And if you ask me, like, you know, I can't just sit down for an hour and watch somebody's interview. You know, I lose patience after 10, 15 minutes, and then I'm clicking to the next one. And, you know, so that's kind of where I was going with that. But I definitely understand and what you're saying, and I do agree with that.
Yeah.
I was talking with Ryan Bowen, actually. We were just in the sauna this morning, and I'm helping Ryan cut some weight and all. So, you know, I was getting a lot of pointers from him. And, you know, he kind of was telling me the same thing, and he just kind of changed his whole style around. Instead of putting out so many videos, he's doing less videos, higher quality. So, you know, I think you're going to see some of that going into my channel now. You know, now I'm going to start adapting, and, you know, like, I love your way you do things also. So, you know, just like you said, you were taking notes off me. I'm doing the same thing with you, brother. So, you know, you'll see things change. You know, I'm definitely I'm open to trying new things out.
And this is why I said don't take all the advice that I will be giving you, because your short clips are doing great. They are getting the views, getting the attention. People are enjoying them. So definitely, maybe a little bit of a problem for hardcore fans like me who watch everything that is uploaded on the internet. For us, it can get difficult, but it is good. The ideal situation is what big YouTubers do, but it is not possible with our small channels, is that to create a separate channel. All big YouTubers do that. They have a separate channel for the clips from the interviews and a separate main channel where they upload the full interview. But it is possible only when channel gets to, let's say, 100,000 subscribers or more, and then everybody starts doing that. So you're doing a
But
great work.
you got to remember one thing too, brother, is I also, you know, I'm running 3 businesses. I'm also running Jerry Canaret's YouTube,
Yeah.
and I'm doing my own. So, you know what I mean? It does get a little crazy, you know? I mean, even
Definitely.
here, I'm at East vs. West, man, and I'm getting all this amazing content and all, you know, and I'm hanging out with everybody. But then I got to run back to the room, and I got to start making clips, you know, and it's just like right now, everybody's down at the pool and having a good time, and I'm up here and clipping away and making the videos of behind the scenes. So it does get a little crazy at sometimes.
It is called content repurposing. So if anyone watching this video is interested in doing that, maybe Paul Italia can hire you for doing that in the future when the channel gets big. Content repurposing, as we said. So brother, let's talk about the big event. First of all, when did you land in Turkey? Where are you staying right now? And how was the experience meeting the legends that you have already met and you are going to meet in next few hours?
Oh my God, brother. I cannot express the fun, the excitement I'm having here. So me and Jerry left. I flew into Massachusetts. It was on Tuesday. Met up with Jerry, hung out with him. And then Wednesday morning, I think it was 12 o'clock, we got on the plane. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I got to Boston on Monday. Tuesday morning, we left to on the flight to Istanbul, Turkey. We arrived Wednesday morning at 5 a.m. Now, when we got in town, right away, as soon as we landed, Ryan Bowen sent us up, yo, where are you guys? Oh, we're at the airport also. So we went, linked up with Ryan right away. We jumped in the van. It was me, Jerry, Jerry's wife, Ryan, and his wife. And we made the hour journey over to where the event is at the big, I think it's the Green Hotel. I forgot the actual name, but I'm sitting in it right now.
Green Park Hotel, I think.
Yes, that's it. The Green Park Hotel. So we got there on Wednesday. As soon as we got here, we had Engin Thursday come in and meeting up with us, which I've been friends with Engen since literally it was 1 month into my arm wrestling. I started getting coached by Engen. So me and Engen, and it was like, when he would coach people, you got your hour FaceTime a week or whatever. Well, me and Engen would start talking, and we had such a bond with arm wrestling. We would look and be like, oh my God, we were just on for 5 hours. We were like, oh my, we just had this connection. So now to finally meet him in person, it is like such a good friend of mine. I feel like he's like part of my family, and just seeing him in person was just unreal. And then we all went out, hung out. It was me, Lachlan Adair, Ryan Bowen, Jerry Catterick, Ermes Gasparini. I mean, dude, Ermes is just, I can't express this enough. This guy is so much fun. The energy this guy puts off, unmatched, man. This dude is a lot of fun. So we all just hung out all day yesterday. We went out last night. We went and had dinner together. We had a bunch of drinks after. I mean, we were just having such fun, just sharing stories. And, Engen summed it up best at dinner. He goes, I love this that we talk on a daily basis, all of us. But we don't always get to hang out. But when we do, it's like a big family hanging out. I mean, just so much like friendships and just so many connections with each other. And it was just unreal. And what was the craziest thing was that at dinner last night, who shows up late? Chance Shaw and his girlfriend Maggie. And you're never going to believe this. You would have thought that somebody had this plan, but there was only one seat open, and it was right next to Jerry. So Chance and Jerry are sitting next to each other at the end of the table. It was just hilarious. And of course, Engen was, poking fun at both of them. And I think Engen made a video about it. It's on Engen's, on his channel and all. Definitely, I encourage you to go check that out. But, oh my God, it was just an amazing night last night.
Yeah. And did Chance out eat Jerry after that in a competition, just like the practice table?
I got to be honest. I was on the other side of the table, so I didn't really get to see that much. But I got to tell you, it was just one thing after the other. You got Ermes on one side, and he's talking crap, kind of like poking fun at Jerry because, when Jerry gets this win this weekend against Genadi, who's up next in November? Ermes and Jerry. So these two, man, they both got that real, like, funny sense of humor, and they're just funny guys. And they just play with each other the whole time. It's just, but they're really good friends. They have a connection there, but it's just like, it's so fun watching them tease each other, and then they made that video together. And, Jerry was telling Genadi he could call him his uncle, and, he could come and spectate when he goes against Ermes and all. And it was just like, so much fun. I never laughed so much, just one thing after the other.
Yeah, and wait till Prudnik joins Ermes. Then these two guys multiply in terms of their ability to be funny. That is really hilarious stuff. And let's quickly talk about few matches, starting with Jerry versus Gennady Quiquinia. How did you become friends with Jerry? First of all, I want to know that opinion, and after that, your honest opinion. We all know that you want Jerry to win, but your honest opinion, thinking that maybe Jerry is not going to watch this interview. Of course, he's really busy with his match. Your honest opinion, believing that Jerry won't watch this.
Okay, so how did me and Jerry begin? So, I was always, after I got in, I started watching all these videos of, who's the top guys. I was watching the WAL videos, and I said actually that it was Travis Bajan. I said, yo, who's this Jerry Catterick guy, man? And how come we don't hear much of him? Like, this guy seems to be one of the top stars, but, he's been like MIA, since WAL for the last, it was like a year in. So I was just like, what's the deal? And he's like, I don't know, man. I'd love to see more of him. And, Travis was saying, dude, that guy is no joke. And normally Travis got some shit to say about somebody and, oh, I can spank him and all. But when it came to Jerry, I seen it in him, man. He was like, yo, that guy's different, bro. And, I was like, what's your record with him? And, he's like, 1 win and like 9 losses. I'm like, wait, Jerry beat you like 9 times? And yeah. I'm like, yo, why isn't this guy out there? So what did I do? I went hit up Jerry right away. I DM'd him and I was like, yo, bro, what's up, man? Like, we got to get you out there. It's like, how about I help you out with your YouTube video, YouTube channel and all. And Jerry was like, yeah, you know what? That sounds good, man. All right, we could do that. So we started doing these interviews and everything. And when we started getting to know each other, it was just like, bro, we just connected right away. I mean, I was like one of my best friends, and it was just, we had a bond, you know what I mean? So next thing I know, I'm going out to Massachusetts, and when I met him in person, oh my God, it just so much in common, and just had such a blast. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get this guy out there. I'm gonna promote this guy because he deserves it. 35 years at the top of our sport, and not much was out there with him. So now I'm putting the spotlight on that man, which he deserves. And now that we're here, and I gotta say this though, I wasn't too sure what to expect with him and Genadi, because you got to remember, I'm only in this sport 3 years. Jerry hasn't competed in 3 years. So I've never seen him in action. But the one thing I got to say is I see the work he's putting in, and it's unreal. And then when I met him in person, and this guy gets down on the bench press and he pops out 51 reps with 225, and he looks at me, he's like, yeah, but was it sloppy? Bro, my mouth is to the floor. I am like, bro, I watch NFL players that can't hit these numbers. You just made that look easy. And he goes, how about this, man? I'm going to do some pull-ups. Pops up on the pull-up thing. He's got like some board that's like real rough and everything. He's hanging on at fingertips. Now, mind you, he was just on the scale 5 minutes before, weighing at 333. This guy starts boom, 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 like a lightweight. And then he's hanging there, and I'm like, oh my God. And then right away, what Travis said hit me. This man's different. I seen it. I was like, oh, wow. He has something special to him. This guy is on another level. So still wasn't sure. Still didn't know what to expect. We're here now. I watch all the other athletes, getting ready for their super match. Everybody's nervous. You could feel it on them. Jerry, not at all. This man is chilling. Bro, he's joking. He's laughing. There's no sense of nervousness at all. Just confidence coming off of him. It's making me feel very confident in him. When I just see how he acts, it's different from everybody else. He just knows what he's coming to do and what he can do. And his confidence is definitely making me feel like we got this, man. I really believe we got this. And he keeps telling me, man, he's like, Ermes is next, and he's very, very confident with that match. Don't get me wrong. He respects these guys as being at the top of the game, but he also knows what he can do. And I mean, 35 years in, I'm not going to second doubt him, bro. So I got to say, man, just by going off of his confidence, I'm feeling confident today, man. I think we're going to win Saturday.
Yeah. And Jerry is such a nice dude. I'm a big fan. You were the one who set up an interview for me with him, and that was one of the best interviews out there. Seriously, like, I got many comments saying that this is by far the best Jerry interview that we have ever seen, and definitely by far one of my best experiences interviewing these legends that I've been interviewing in the arm wrestling community. And Joshua Grant, I want to mention one thing. He probably knows Jerry for more than a decade, and he was on Angin's podcast, and he was saying that he, in his life, all the years that he has known Jerry, he has never seen Jerry more motivated for a super match. Now, at this age, at this time, with 35 years experience, as you were saying. So that is a scary thing, man. I hope I personally, if you ask me my opinion, I personally see Jerry as the underdog in that match, but I hope that guy wins. I'm a really big fan of Jerry Cadret.
Well, I gotta say, bro, after hearing all the other elites and everything, when they see Jerry, bro, and what he's looking like, they've never seen him look this good, bro. You know what I mean? And he's hungry, man. You know what's bothered him? It's that they took him off the rankings, and they kind of just dismissed him, that he was nobody anymore. And, I think it lit a fire under him, bro. And he's here to disrupt those world rankings now. And I'm pretty confident he's going to do it, bro.
Let's see.
Then, I got to say one thing, bro. With you, bro, the reason why I wanted to get Jerry on there is I love what you're doing for this sport, bro. When you came out with this arm wrestling news, I was like, that is genius, bro. We have nothing like that. We got nobody that's keeping everybody up to date. I gotta admit, bro, when I'm real busy in my other jobs and all that stuff, and I need to catch up real quick, I go right to your channel, bro. You're the first one I go to, and I start going, oh, all right, this is what's going on in the area and the community, and so I really, really, truly appreciate what you're doing for this sport, bro. And I want that to be known, man. And that's why I wanted Jerry to get on the channel, and anybody else I get encouraged to get on the channel and help you grow, bro, because we're all in this together, man. We're in this community, and we're trying to grow and get bigger as a whole. And we all just got to stick together, man. And you're one of the guys that I really hold as like really at the top of promoting our sport.
Yeah, thank you very much, Paul. It really means a lot. And it just started about 2.5 years ago, just as an idea. I was one day just having my food and thinking, what is going on in the arm wrestling community? And I thought, man, there is no arm wrestling news channel out there. And I'm watching everything anyways. How about I create a channel where I upload everything that is happening, all the interesting things. So I started uploading not only the results of matches and upcoming events, I also started uploading important things, like let's say Devon said something important about a person. So the motto of the channel in the beginning was, if you are a really high level arm wrestler, or if you are someone else also, if you are, let's say, a huge Hollywood actor, or let's say you're a Conor McGregor. I was thinking about that kind of content in the beginning for first few months, just to get the exposure out there. If that those guys were doing arm wrestling, I'm going to upload that on my channel. And if all the important arm wrestling guys are doing something, I'm going to upload it as well, all the interviews. That is why I always, you are saying you do not have the patience, you get bored in 10-15 minutes. I get bored in 5 minutes, maybe 3-4 minutes. That is why I watch everything at 2x speed. And sometimes when I have to catch up with a lot of interviews, I just download them, and on my player I watch it at like sometimes 3x speed. If someone like Devon or Engin or Ryan SP, the guys who speak really slowly, sometimes I watch at 3.5x speed just to catch up. So it is impossible for me to watch even a 2-minute video at normal speed. I just cannot do that anymore. And that is why when I get on Engin's podcast, or maybe when Prudnik is there or Ermes is there, Engin tells me, bro, please slow down a little bit. You're speaking way too fast. They're not going to get a word that you're saying. So sometimes I have to intentionally slow everything down, and it is a kind of an exercise for me. I've started speaking really fast just because I watch everything at 2x 3x speed. So it is a weird experience for me.
That's where we have something in common, bro. We're on the same page with that, man. We move very quick.
Yeah.
We're like sponges. We just sponging all this info in there. We want to get it out as quick as possible, and we move fast.
Yeah. So I want to ask you something about that Jerry versus Chan situation. We know why Jerry has or had a beef with Chance. We know, but what is up with Paul Italia's beef with Chan Shaw? That is really funny stuff. I'm friends with all three of you. I consider Jerry also as a friend after I interviewed him. So what is up with Paul and Chance?
Well, I was the guy from the beginning trying to make this match, man. So it's hard being in the middle. You're dealing with both sides, and it just. Couple of times I was throwing this match out to Chance, and he just wasn't accepting it. And there was a couple other matches like the Corey West match, and he just didn't want to hear nothing of it. So it kind of got me mad. It's like, everybody wants to see this, bro. You can't just be pulling these legends. You want to see who's the up and coming guy. So I think that's where we collided, because I want to see him going against Derek Smith. I want to see him going against Corey West. I want to know who is the next up and coming top elite stars. And the only way that to happen is to get these guys pulling. And Chance just wasn't hearing it. I threw up $5,000, for the winner of him and Corey West, and he wasn't taking it. And then Corey West even was like, yo, Chance, bro, there's a lot of money here. If I take this match and I win, I will give you $1,000 out of the purse just for taking that match. And it still didn't happen. So me being a promoter, man, probably wasn't the best thing. I started really pressing on Chance, and he didn't like that, So we butted heads. And then Jerry and him had their issue. And, when I got the whole context and found out 45 minutes late, Chance came in and then, put it all out on video, like making Jerry not look too good. It kind of got me mad. And me and Jerry kind of just like, that was another thing we connected on. We both We had it out for Chance, But I gotta say, all kidding aside, I love Chance when it comes down to it, man. And I got a lot of respect for the kid, so I don't want this to sound like I'm beating up on Chance or disrespecting him in any way. I mean, dude, the guy's pulling all these legends, man. He's putting himself out there. He's also a very big contributor of spreading our sport. So, and then like hanging out with him yesterday, bro. We are friends, man. We might not agree on everything, but at the end of the day, we still are friends. So, there is a little animosity, and we do tease each other. And I'm still pushing. I want to see this match, and I'm there telling Engen last night at dinner, Engen, you're the man that can make it happen. I want to see the after poll. I want to see Chance versus Jerry. So, of course, Engen had the little smirk on his face. He didn't give us an answer, but from that smirk, I don't know. There's a possibility, but, it all matters on their matches. They both got their hands full. Chance going against Zurab, which, that's going to be a really, really hard test. And we know that Jerry's going to have an easy day being Genadi and all. So, Jerry will probably be fresh after that.
Yeah. I'll ask you about the Zurab match, but before that, it was an interesting story with Chance. I thought it was more like Jerry is a friend and Chance is an enemy, so enemy of a friend is an enemy. I thought it was more like that, but no, that was just a slight addition to what you guys already had going on, and we really enjoy it. I'm going to be honest with you, I do not want that to end. I want this to continue at least for a couple of more years so that we can enjoy all the going back and forth. And I'm sure many arm wrestling fans would look at it as in a similar way. So what about Chan Shaw versus Zurab Tavbaridze? Who do you see? Like, again, you have mentioned this 100 times. Probably Chan's going against 220 guys, 225 guys, another 225 guy. How do you see this match going?
Well, this is going to be the test in my eyes, man, because, Chance hasn't beat guys that are around his weight in a long time. I think actually the last one was my fatal four-way. I think that's over a year now when it went down, when he went against Don Underwood, Mike Aiello, Jordan Sill. So I just got to say, man, like, I respect that you're pulling these legends and you're seeing where you're at, but now we know where you're at, bro. You're not at that level yet. So rather than keep taking these losses and all, go down a weight class. Put the gummy bears down for a little while, bro. Tighten up a little. You don't got to walk around at 290. It's not helping you. I mean, he don't have a big frame like that. I think, honestly, bro, and I really believe he could be a 242 guy, and I think he could be one of the top today if he just got down there. But just put in the work, man. Start getting on your nutrition. Cut that extra baby fat off. And I really think he's a force to be reckoned with. Now, as far as the Zurab match, honestly, bro, I don't know, man. That dude Zurab, bro, is scary looking, man. That guy is a freak. He just lives in the gym. He looks like a mutant, bro. He just that is one of the guys I'm most excited to meet here. I want to see him, what he looks like, what a physical specimen he is in person, man. Because I watch these videos, and I mean, I gotta say, bro, I'm a shorter guy. He is my inspiration, man. That dude is a beast, bro. He's just smacking all these big guys, and I think he's only like 5'7" or something, and so I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of the guys are saying Chance's style matches up really good with Zurab.
Definitely.
But I just think Zurab is just too strong, man, and that's just my personal opinion, But we'll see. We'll find out Saturday.
I think Chance is going to take Zurab's wrist for sure, at least for 1 or 2 rounds, and I am having Zurab winning this match as 3-2. I think I can almost say that with a guarantee that Chance Shaw is going to be the stronger man in this match because of that same styles make matches. He's going to take Zurab very near to the pad, if not straight to the pad, but as soon as once it gets stopped, even after that maybe Chance will just have the ability to recoil, hit again and finish him, but that is not going to happen one more time if he needs to do that. So this is why I believe, and we saw how quickly Chance can gas out against Ron Bath, so a similar thing can happen. And Ron attacked differently. He was going out and Zurab is going to try to curl him in. It is going to be difficult, but Zurab just doesn't tire. We saw that against the Ron Bath match, and right before that he had COVID, and we all know that COVID, if it does something, it kind of messes up with your cardiovascular system. We saw that with Monster Michael Todd, he had a very difficult time. He is someone who is known for his endurance, and he was probably the guy who was gassing out in the super matches against Genadi Kwikwiniya, against Rivaz Lutidze. Maybe it was because of that COVID and his pronation and riser issues. So I think this match is going to end up on endurance, and Zurab is going to win this match. So
The only thing I got to say, one thing, man, is just from me seeing Chance last night. Now, as soon as I seen Chance, bro, I was looking at him. I'm like, yo, bro, did you slim down? You looking a lot tighter and everything. And he came back right away. He's like, nah, I think it's the shirt. And he had like this new Hawaiian shirt on, and it was like a tighter fit. And I was like, all right, all right. So after dinner, I went up. He's outside again, and I'm looking at him again. And I'm like, damn, Chance, I don't know, bro. It's the shirt. Have you been like really like doing a lot of cardio or something? So
he lost weight.
This is just my guess. I think he might have left that Ron Bath thing, and I think he got on the treadmill that day, bro. I think he flushed all his gummy bears down the toilet and all. So I don't know, man. He says he did it, and he's still weighing 290. But by his appearance, bro, I don't believe him, man. I think he might have really started working that cardio.
Yeah.
How much can we gain in 2 weeks' time? That's a good question, but I got to say this, bro. Jerry went from 333 when I was with him in Massachusetts. 2 weeks later, he told me he was going to really, this is when he starts going crazy with his endurance and working his cardio game. Well, 2 weeks later, I got the update. He was at 316, and I was like, oh my God. He was out riding his bike 10 miles a day. He's swimming in the pool. So you can get your cardio up in a couple of weeks' time. So if Chance really took this seriously, and he went, and I mean, you're on this big of stage, East versus West 4. Yeah, bro. I think Maggie might have handcuffed him to the elliptical and made him put in that work, man. So there's a good possibility he's been working that endurance.
I think you're making the right guess, because I think I'm quite sure I remember Chance himself saying that he was around that 275-pound mark. I think I remember him saying that himself. So he's not that 300-pound version that anymore that beat Mike Ello, Jordan Sill in that fatal four-way. So I think that's about it for this interview, guys. Paul Italia's channel link will be in the description, and he's enjoying his time in Turkey. As he already mentioned, he's a good friend with Engin Terzi. Engin is a great friend, so he could have gone there anyways and enjoyed this same trip. But still, he's supporting the event as a $1,000 VIP member. So that is a clear example of not taking advantage of a friendship. Even I'll give you time, Paul. Even when Engin always sends me the code to purchase the pay-per-view, and I'm like, Engin, no, you do not need to do that. I want to purchase my own pay-per-view. This is not how we should take advantage of our friendships. Yes, Paul.
So the one thing I also got to say, man, is I understand what it takes to grow arm wrestling. Me being a promoter and organizer myself, we have to do what we can. I'm in a financial position, I can do that. So what else did I do? I went and purchased that table, the East versus West table that he was putting out there. $1,000 for the table, $500 for shipping. I got the table. I'm here in person, but I still went and ordered that pay-per-view and the autographed T-shirt, which I already got it because I'm here with the VIP package. But what I'm going to do with that T-shirt is go over to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing a raffle. I'm going to be raffling that table out. I mean, not the table, the shirt
T-shirt.
off, the autographed shirt with all the 30 athletes and all that. So anything I can do to help our sport grow, I'm trying to do. And just like you said, I didn't have to do any of this. I'm a good friend at Engin. I could come here anytime. He's invited me since the first one. He actually invited me to have a match there. And I was like, Engin, I'm just getting back into the sport, bro. I'm not ready to be on that like spotlight and all that. So, I mean, I didn't need to do any of this, but, you know, I'm here to help arm wrestling. And, you know, I encourage everybody else. That's the only way we're going to get to the mainstream. So if you're in a financial position to do it, help out whatever you can.
Yeah. And thank you very much, Paul, for whatever you're doing. You're definitely a necessity in our sport, and you are our good luck as well. Thank you very much for all you have been doing, and please keep putting on these amazing events that you are doing in United States of America, inviting all athletes from all over the world, which is what you will be doing. You already invited Lachlan and others. So thank you very much. Had a great time talking with you for the second time. Hopefully we can
just say one last thing, brother, before we go? Sorry about that.
No, it's all your show.
Okay. So Get over to my YouTube channel, Paul Italia's YouTube channel, because I just put this great video together. It's the first part. And of course, I'm clipping it, bro. If you don't like it, it's not going to be the full one, but I got the first one done. I got up at 5 a.m. before everybody else, and I just did all the editing, and it's all the behind the scenes from the second that me and Jerry left his house till we got here, everybody we came across, all the conversations, because what I want to do, man, is I want to show the personalities of these athletes. We are gifted with these so-called characters. I mean, these guys got so much more than what you see. So I'm trying to bring that out for everybody to see. I'm doing these behind the scenes. It's not easy. It's a lot of work. It's hard to do when you're trying to hang out and have a great time here, and then you're getting up a couple hours before everybody else just to get this content out there. So I'm putting in the work, and I just, please, if you guys can get over there, support my channel, click that like button. But I really think you're going to like this. It's going to be releasing, I think it's about 3 hours. It's going to be premiering and all. I think you guys are going to like this one. This is one of the best ones I put together. It's the first one. And then actually, a couple hours after that, we got the second one dropping. That was me and Ryan Bowen shedding weight in the sauna, the conversations going on, and me learning a lot of the YouTube tips and all. So that'll be on clip number 2. So definitely get over there and check out my channel. I think you guys are going to really like these.
And thank you very much one more time, Paul. And for one final time, Paul Italia's YouTube channel, Arm Wrestling Archives, East versus West pay-per-view, little bit more than 24 hours remaining. Please watch all of those and subscribe to Paul's channel. And thank you very much, Paul. Bye.
Thank you, Pradeep. Have a great day, brother.